Hi, you guys. Do you guys know anybody who's selfish, self-centered, people who just think about themselves or constantly just, oh, look at me, look at me. People who are rude to you even if you're not directly being mean to them, or they take whatever you say spiteful, whatever it may be, even if you didn't mean it that way. This video will help you out so much. It will calm yourself, your inner self. It will explain plenty that you need to know.
The concept nowadays would seem to be like we have everything we desire, and that somehow or some way we will live forever. The idea that we do not take into account is that one's life ends right here. It's universal. Why would then anyone spend any time thinking about their end, considering the idea that one day each and every one of us will die? Because the facts are all around us. We age, we become more fragile, and in many cases, disease in the process is in removing us all. Are we afraid of our end, our death here on earth, to the point we continuously wipe it from our minds, thinking, I guess the real question is, how long does each and every one of us have to live?
Let's take a look at my numbers here. There we go. I'm expected to die July the 6th, 2075.
Well, maybe
No!
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of these one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. You see, the verse I just mentioned refers to God, because He will never die. You and I, on the other hand, are in a different boat altogether. We know we will die one day, whether we wish to think about it or not. So what is the big fear of dying? What is it all about? Why is it that we will never see any time after 120 years? We will watch as those close to us and older than us expire one day, and we will be forced to care for their passing. Why do we labor the idea to such a great extent? Why all the fear? What is the big idea behind the fear? The lack of breathing another breath, the degradation of our bodies. What is it? I can't understand the feeling of being scared as to whether or not there is an afterlife. A life that continues on after we die here on earth. As with each spirit and soul, as of today, there has never been a single person to ever able to return and explain what's going on. But Jesus is the only one to have ever died and returned to the living. Say what you will. It's still the truth. I remember as a child, I never considered anything concerning the death of anyone. Then one day my adopted mother passed away. And in the next few hours, I thought about it even more and more. It must have been obvious to my wife that I had an issue with it. And she asked me if I was having a problem. I said no, but that really wasn't true. I just don't know what to ask her. In time, I became a little bit more logical about it. And in time, my friends explained to me my problem was how to handle it. For me, this became a real problem. I was close to my brother. Although the hospital kept us apart a lot of the time, for years I was afraid of his passing. What would I do without him? How would I be able to function? In time, and many years later, my brother became close. Yes, I felt really good at the time. But I would miss him terribly if something happened to them. But I would still be able to continue on as I am today. Yet before he starts talking, I was petrified at the idea of him dying, thinking absolutely be mortified at this situation. I believe a lot of the time it is Hollywood that has infested us with the fear of death to the extent we see today. I also believe that Hollywood is responsible for the idea of beauty being a body thing instead of a person's character and personality. We have taken this to a point of seeing what we want to see, a physical thing of beauty. That when people age, they no longer are worthy of our adoration. And then we begin to look around and use the same attitude of those around us. How shallow. Many abuse and use others as if they are things rather than people. You know, it has gotten to the point that there is no other concern for anyone's life than me. It's all about what I want, how I feel, what I want to see or don't see. And that all there is to it. Everyone else on earth is to feed me, and to feed me everything I could ever want, regardless of how I deal with them. You see, the phrase I like to use about this, it's all about me. Do I need to reread 2 Timothy chapter 3 again? Yet again, if you are one of those people I just described, you may find out you are in 2 Timothy chapter 3. Just remember, no one knows you better than God, but you know yourself very well. For a moment, let's consider something important here. The playing field is very even when you were first born. Babies are simply babies, however precious. The next time the playing field is going to be even again is when you die, and the gravestone has nothing to do with it. Dead is simply dead. Nothing more, nothing less. Hell is full of people who thought they had good intentions, as well as people who thought they were really good. Again, I will state, if you ain't got no Jesus, you ain't got no heaven. And if you are not in heaven, guess where you are? Let's get something straight here and now. All children before the age of accountability and all adults that are truly born again to Jesus will be in heaven with Jesus. And that is the purpose of the rapture, to remove all of God's children from this earth as he pours out the wrath. This will include all those who have already died in the name of Jesus by faith. And there will definitely be others left behind. They all will still have a chance for heaven by believing in Jesus and accepting his free gift of salvation. But the thing is this: they will die. When it comes time, they will face the great white throne of judgment. And then the lake of fire will be the great welling and gashing of teeth. Think on this. Welling beyond your own comprehension. Gashing of teeth means you will be in such pain and suffering you will grind your teeth until they all break. And this will never end. Worse yet, this is no hope of ever seeing anything else. Eternity is a long time. You will want to give this a little thought, though. While you are still here on earth, it means that you still have a chance. Chapter 6, verse 2. For he hath said, I have heard thee in time, and in the day of salvation I have scorned thee. Behold now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. This is absolute truth, people. Give it some serious time, food for thought. Time is the essence, and time is very short right now. You see what's going on in the world. The rapture of Jesus is close. But I leave you with this. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
If you're awake to our word, please like our page.
If you like our content, please subscribe. Here you will be able to subscribe to our other pages if YouTube suddenly goes down. Here you won't be bombarded or unsubscribe for no reason. Freedom of speech is number one.
Feel free to leave us any comment that you want. Here, your words are free.
This is our current reality. Truth unashamed.
Unafraid.